Hello and welcome to episode 1 of my Megacorp playthrough. In this series we're going to guide Theodore Jo, the inventor, on his journey on building up a space factory, be a subsidiary to a space megacorporation, be a millionaire, and well, everything that comes with that. So you see all the mods I use down in the description below. But the main feature of this playthrough is the Megacorp mod, because I saw that and I felt like it would be super fun. And the main theme of this series is pure capitalism, but with a kind heart. Theodore is not a bad person. He's a trigger-happy, sickly, and kind inventor, being guided by his friend Rimkit. He's a builder. The basic idea is Theodore bought this Rimworld. It's his world and he wants to make a good profit out of that. We're going to help him achieving that by building up a colony which has a wealth of 1 million. Well, means in the history here, I'm going to use the wealth bar here. The total wealth should hit 1 million. And once we hit that goal, well, I'm hoping for your support there to give me ideas on the way on what to do after that. But I felt like this guy spent everything he had to buy this Rimworld. Now he's there, he wants to bring up some money. A factory worth 1 million should be the first goal. So apart from that, I use a lot of mods which increase the amount of silver in this world, which increase the amount of things you can do trade with. So I felt like the main difficulty in this run will be also the excessive and stupid amount of wealth I'm generating with this colony. The other feature here is I'm considering a very high roleplay level into this thing. So since this is Theodore's factory, I'm going to build a colony which is optimized in producing stuff, worker quarters, and everything revolves around the idea that this man is the boss. At some point he's going to, well, I don't know what. He's bad at social, but he'll have somebody to do the trading for him. As an inventor, I want him to be the lead designer in this factory, and Rimkit as the builder. I figured he was the guy he hired to build the factory and help him out, cook some food for him. I don't know. So that's the basic idea. We have all declared here. I'm living in an area where we're having a permanent summer available, and I'm living in the temperate forest as well, because I figured amassing a lot of wealth will be its own problem, because it attracts raiders. And the friendly Megacorp right here is Deludian.com. I didn't make that up. The RNG came up with that and I like it. So these guys are going to be my boss. I think, after all, we can't escape the game developers, can we? So, near here is the Accord of Andistia, and the villains of the piece are the Troutmen. I really like the setup. Hope you guys are going to enjoy that as well. If you want to pay me a visit here, see this prairie. I don't know if you are able to replicate this planet, but whatever might be the case, we're going to get started here. I used the Rich Explorer starred and tweaked it to have a second person available, because I felt like the Rich Explorer starred reflects the basics of this run pretty decently as well. So let's keep going. The landing spot here is a wonderful spot. I took a look on it before I started the series, and I was really happy with that. I mean, look at this. We're having 3 geothermal power sources right next to us. There's a 4th one. So power won't be that much of a problem. I'm also running Rimatomics and Rheinfeller, so we're going to use oil as well, because I wanted to have everything which is industrialization, earning money, robotics, weapons. We even can trade stone chunks. So I don't know what we're going to build up first in terms of earning money, but this spot I felt like is super good to defend having natural walls with these mountains around me, so it's going to be a perfect spot to found the factory. So, first steps will be, after all, still building some kind of shelter. I'm using expanded woodworking as well, so this means all the wood needs to be refined, because I decided I also want to make it a little bit harder for myself. So Mincot will also get the rifle for now, because Theodore is the boss, you know. He's just here for the leisure part of it. He works if he wants to work, or if I draft him. So the first question I'm asking myself is, where do I want to set up my my first lodgings? I think I'm going to start in this area here. We're going to put up a basic workshop over here, and well, possibly the main storage unit will be in the center of this area after all, so we can already plan this. Okay, so going for the wooden wall here. Already using the benefits I'm having from the terrain here. And there we go. A few doors. There's mud and rich soil, so I'm not going to build my storage facility over here. I'll rather put up a little room here. Nothing too special for now. It's only going to be a stockpile for now. So we're going to have everything we need to get going. So, basics. Some beds. And we need a woodworking table ASAP. Well, I'm going to use a non-electric one first. So we're also having the colony management mod, because I felt like if I'm having one colonist who's the boss, I want to have the fitting mod for that. So let's change the priorities. So Mincot's basic job will be constructing, of course. Theodore I will leave to his own leisure for now. So, but I ordered him to haul after all. So I want this first, so I can cut more trees. So Theodore's plants value is not completely horrible, so expanded woodworking basically means that you're having to let your would go through another processing step before you can craft anything out of that. So let's send Theodore for some wood chopping. I mean, for now or future owner of the factory has to work with these conditions, and this is the phase where you have to work on your own as well. So we're getting here oak logs. So for now I'm going to make mixed lumber here. Mixed lumber means you can use any form of logs. You can make oak lumber out of those oak logs though, but right now I don't want to, because my work orders are all mixed lumber. This mod expands the diversity of wood sources a little bit, and I wanted to do this because it fits into the basic scheme of the factory life here quite well. Alright, so Theodore charmed Mincot by telling a story about bell peppers. Mincot gave minimal response. She doesn't understand anything about the romantic aspects of bell peppers. What's wrong with you? So we're having a monkey here. He's bonded with Theodore. Okay. So the inventor with a monkey. Oh. I think I managed to fit the basic idea of a nerd here really good, and I'm quite happy with that. So we're also going to need a stove and a tailor bench, some research bench. Well, I even have a fuel smelter. Oh, a butcher table, of course. Alright. So, for this colony, as you already noticed, I'm putting down way more workstations at the beginning of the game than I usually do. And I'm going to plan production modules here where we can produce several products in a very specialized way. At least that's my plan. Let's see how we can manage that. I have a lot of money available already, which is quite good. So I'm going to send a caravan next to my neighbors quite soonish. Come on, Mincod. Build yourself a bed. As soon as I have the membership with the Megacorp faction right next to me, I'm going to spend some of that money with my neighbors. So I'm going to send Mincod here through a little bit of forced labor for the night. We want a roof here, so if the boss says he wants a roof, he wants a roof, okay? If you don't understand the romance of bell peppers, you have to work in the middle of the night. Alright. Maybe Theodore ain't that kind after all. I'm not going to make a steel table for now. For now, we have to work with wood. Wood is the only resource we have a certain abundance of for now. Alright. Theo's job will really begin when there's some more when there are some more options for crafting jobs available. I think I'm going to send Theodore now with a high priority also for plant cutting, because I need that wood and he's pretty good with it as well. Alright. While Mincod was sleeping, Theodore already dropped down some materials everywhere, so building the work tables was done quite quickly. Very good. So we have a horseshoe pin. We have now civilization. Oh, I need a stone cutting table. That's what's missing here. Of course. Stone cutter's table. There we go. I knew I was missing something vital. So I'm going to drop down the stockpile zone for stone blocks and stuff over here for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with that plan in the future, but for now it's going to be like this. And proper stockpile zone for stone blocks and steel, because these materials won't deteriorate after all. Alright. We're off for a nice beginning here. Mincod is building the roofing area. Theodore works relentlessly on our wood resources. It's very good. With that amount of wood, I could also produce something, huh? Theodore is also pretty, has a pretty high passion for art. I picked this colonist mainly because he's such a great crafter, and I figured it would be really, really funny if this guy was producing a lot in his own factory. As for the mortality of Theodore, if he should ever die, I will denounce. No, I will always denounce one colonist who's going to be Theodore's follower. And since we're playing in a science fiction scenario, I'll assume that Theodore will somehow be able to transfer his consciousness to somebody other. I don't know. I don't want to give up the idea only because he dies. So if Theodore dies, somebody else who I will designate beforehand will become Theodore thereon. So it's just how I'm going to do this. Like, I don't know. I don't want to give up only because of bad luck at some point. Alright. So now we have a lot of tables available. Tailor bench is not that useful right now, so who's able to cook here? Alright. So first off, okay, Theodore is not allowed to cook. Perfect. I wanted to forbid that ASAP, but I don't need to. That's good. So next step will be the question of the power production. I mean, the easiest way to achieve our goals would be to research geothermal power first off, because this would solve the most of my problems immediately. So I'm going to make that happen whenever we have the spare time. Until then, I can't live without any research, though. So something we have without any power, though. We have to do something about that, I guess. So what will I do? I feel like I'm going to go for some good old-fashioned wooden generators. I usually don't like them anymore, but in the temperate forest, running wind power is a severe pain in the rear due to the fact that you always have to chop trees to keep the wind turbines free. And I really don't like that. So I have no mining capabilities. That's a little bit sad. We need a fueled smelter as well. So the first person we need to hire for our enterprise will be a miner. That's for sure. We're lacking a miner. Okay. So also I'm starting to notice that I'm lacking some room here as well. Okay, so I'll now suspend the mixed lumber job here, and we're going to order oak lumber and poplar lumber, but I'm going to suspend these quests for now. So next up will be the freezer, but I'm going to do the freezer out of proper stones. So serpentinite chunks, serpentinite, yeah. So wait a sec. This time I'm going to do something I usually don't do. I'm going to use the chunk yard here and do forever, but dang, I don't have that mod where I can't. Where? Oh, okay, whatever. No, here. Look in Chunkyard. Oh, he looks if we have. Okay, never mind. I understood that function wrong. Okay, whatever. I'm going to do it as I did it always. Don't mind my rambling. I had a few wrong thoughts in my head there. So I'm going to cut some stones. And then it's time to put down a freezer. Also, I think there has to be some steel somewhere. Like some space chunks or spacecraft chunks, or maybe some more steel that's just lying around there. Gigantolopes, I will use those as pack animals. Iron ore, machinery. Are you kidding me? Usually there's always some spacecraft chunks lying around somewhere. So I'm pretty sure they are here, but I'm just not seeing them. That's how it will work, pretty sure. Okay. So with the stone blocks we're cutting here, I'm going to drop down a freezer area here. And the cooling units will be living over here. I mean, I don't have the steel right now, but whatever. We're going to get there at some point. Alright. Let's speeden it up a little bit. And I guess Theo will go for some hunting job now. Going to let him grab a bite of food, and then we're going to hunt some animals here. The butcher table's already done, so let's butcher creatures forever. Theodore is trigger happy, so you really noticed that. I don't accommodate guests, but his aiming really sucks, as you might also notice. Alright. So let's drop down another stockpile zone here. It's going to be the freezer. So there's allowed the foods and the corpses, but not the human-like, or yeah, the human-likes too, but not the stranger corpses. There we go, corpses, but nothing rotten, thanks. Alright. Now, cook simple meals forever, cook that, whoa, not forever. Silly me. And cook meatballs until you have 12. So just setting up some base recipes so we're getting some food done during the next days. Okay, the base setup of the corporation headquarters is getting done, or much more of the factory. I mean, there are already some options of work here, but I sure do need some more mixed lumber. Actually, okay, didn't expect that. So let's do that job until we have 300 of that stuff. That'll clear up the jobs as well. So I'm going to need some food. I don't want to only kill for food issues. Grabbing up some heal roots here and there. Also very nice. Alright. There go the berry bushes. Right now I'm doing a lot of things by hand, I know, but I really do enjoy that during the start of the game. The hand plucking, you know. Okay. But apart from that, I feel like I need to check out where I can mine out some compacted steel. Oh, there's titanium. I mean, this might be a real pain to do that with people who are horrible miners, but there's some steel. If I don't get if I don't get some more steel going, I'm going to have some trouble to build the other work tables, and that would be quite sad. And I'm also not able to build the coolers here, and yeah. So my base, I didn't spend my base steel units too smart here, I admit. Okay, there's another amount of steel. Well, none of those is closer to than the other, so. Alright. But I'm also gathering up my first meals, which are not packaged survival meals, so we're good here. I'll just go through these jobs and produce the ingredient radiuses, radii, or whatever. Alright, so there's a rat, Theo. You have to fight. Oh, I also want herbal mats as standard. I'm pretty sure Theo won't be hitting the rat at all. So there we go. I won that one. Oh. I hope he's able to take care of a rat on him by himself. Okay. Ah, he's not assigned to hunting, that's why. Alright, there we go. I'll allow you to self-tent. Because Minkot is a horrible doctor. And also Minkot is out of work, so it's time to give her the rifle here. So Minkot can do some hunting. Alright. Because with some hunted animals I will be able to get myself some leather. Theodore will turn into clothes. Oh, I'll also... maybe order him to treat himself. I forgot to assign the doctor job on him. That was a little bit unfortunate. Okay. Shock goad ram. Well, I might assume that these are not that harmless. Alright, so we're having the basics nailed down. Tomorrow I'm going to grab some more steel. Also, we would need some more wood. Alright. Very good. I wonder if Theodore will start a romance with his builder buddy here or not. It's going to be a very interesting question to me. Oh, we need to chop that oak tree. The spineless vice president. Wonderful. So this is the counterpart of the royalty quest. So the vice president of Ludian.com Inc. Okay, 1 corporate favor for whoever accepts the quest. Of course, Theodore will accept that. An angry koala. Okay. I'm going to order Hans into my base. So 2 koalas actually. So I'm going to send Theodore up front to kite those guys. It's always a good choice. So the boss is going to risk his life so Mincot can shoot them down. What kind of leather do these critters drop actually? Light leather. That's very disappointing. The speed of a koala. Oh, they're actually perfectly outrunnable by a healthy human. Theodore ain't completely healthy, but he's not slowed down by any means. So, that's koala 1. Ha! There we go. Wonderful. That worked out quite nicely. So, we got some koala meat and a first step in the business order in the hierarchy ladder of the Megacorp content. Alright, there we go. So, Theodore is now an independent contractor, so he can now trade with corporate bulk goods merchants and trade with corporate agricultural merchants. Alright, so this is nothing too special, but we can now have a look into this. So the Megacorp content features a similar ranking system as the royalty content does, so also needs throne rooms and stuff like that. The major feature here are availabilities of trade options here and corporate squads and mercenary squads, so this is going to be the major stuff we're working with. So basically Theodore is going to have options to protect his premises quite well. Alright. So we're going to visit the town next to us quite soon too, but not today. This is a little bit too dangerous. So I'm going to cut this episode at this point because I feel like this is a wonderful moment to take a step back and enjoy a wonderful start of a new series. So friends, we're going to expand our business during the next few days. We're going to make some good deals with our neighbors here and earn a lot of money. So I hope you enjoyed the ride so far. Feel free to drop me a comment down below. I really need some ideas what Theodore will do once we hit the 1 million, and I would deeply appreciate any form of support, be that a like, a share with your friends, or even a subscription to my channel. Any of those would mean so much to me. But do whatever feels good for you. I don't mind if you don't. And the most important part for me is I hope you come back for the next episode as well. Until then, enjoy your time and goodbye.